Hey guys, it's Thursday and that means one thing for me, it's swimming day with the baby. So we're doing something a little bit different today. Ellen messaged me and said, oh, can you pick something up and I'll cook it for you when you get home. And I thought, right, okay, let's do that a little bit differently. Let me pick things. You don't know that I'm picking you and you've got to try and cook everything. So she doesn't even know, she knows that I've done that, but she doesn't know what I've got her, and she definitely doesn't know I'm filming this, so it's going to be really interesting. Hopefully when I come back it'll be something really tasty, and hopefully she gets stressed out about it as well. Okay, so this is what I've got for Ellen. We've got some woodland mushrooms. They were reduced, otherwise I'd never have picked those up. Ellen doesn't like mushrooms, so that's a good start. We've got some trimmed leeks. Ellen does like leek, so that's fine. We've got some chicken breast fillets, which can't go wrong with, and finally a celeriac, and Ellen has never cooked celeriac, so that's going to be a fun one for her as well. We are prepped and ready. Oh, she's going to have so much fun. So the ground rules are, I've given Ellen a few ground rules as well. She's got to use all 4 of these ingredients, but after that she can use whatever else she wants to find. Like, we've got loads of stuff here. She can use anything, any spices, any herbs. Like we've got the celeriac as carbs, so she probably wouldn't use potato or rice or anything. My bet this is going to be something creamy or something with tomatoes, but I haven't bought either of those, so good luck.
Okay, so hello guys, I've just come home from work and I did say to David that he should pick up something for tea and I'll cook it while they're still in swimming. But he did say he wasn't sure what he was going to pick up and I'd have to make it up, but I didn't think he'd be filming. And I've walked in and the camera's set up and the lights are set up, so I'm guessing he wants me to film this. So that's brilliant, isn't it? So yeah. Mushrooms! Filming! He knows I don't like mushrooms, and they are like wild mushrooms. Oh, woodland mushrooms, excellent. Leeks I absolutely love, so that's fine, and chicken. But there is 3 of us in this family, there's only 2 chicken breasts, so that's gonna be fun, isn't it? And celeriac, which I also love. Pain in the ass to peel, so brilliant. I'm just gonna go get changed because I don't want to be cooking in my work clothes and see what I can make. Right, so I'm in my pyjamas because I'm in the house and I've got no plans to go anywhere else. So, don't really know where to start. Right, okay, I'll start with the celeriac because if anyone hasn't cooked with it before, someone's gonna kill me for saying this, but treat it like a potato. We always tend to have it like mashed and, well, we mix it with potato sometimes, but I know it's nice mashed on its own. If I've got potatoes, I might chuck some of them in as well. So I'm going to start by peeling that because they are a nightmare to peel. They're kind of like a Swede, they've got a horrible, really tough texture to them. So I'm going to start by peeling that. Okay, so what I've done is I've peeled the celeriac some shape and I've chopped it up, well, diced it up really, because they need to be quite small because it cooks like Swede and it takes forever. I found some potatoes in the cupboard, so I am going to chuck a couple of potatoes in there because celeriac is a little bit overpowering on its own mashed up, I think, but there we go. I don't know how much celeriac to use really, and I kind of feel like it's a lot if I put it all in, but I think I'm gonna put it all in. Why not, isn't it? Okay, so fast forward this bit, David. Okay, so I decided against using a whole celeriac. I've got this much left, I'm not gonna waste it. I'll pop it in the fridge and use it again. I'm making a soup tomorrow anyway, so that can go in there. So I'm just going to use, like, the pan's pretty full and, you know, I'm not feeding 1,000, so maybe like 3, 4 normal sized potatoes. peeling and chopping all that, it took forever, and I've had a little bit of think of what I actually want to achieve from this. Chicken goes beautiful with leek in like a creamy sauce, and we've still got quark in the fridge, which is like the best thing to make a low fat creamy sauce with. So I think what I'm gonna do, because you only got 2 chicken breasts, I'm gonna batter them out a little bit to make them more of a, what's the word, like an escallop type of thing. Is that right? Probably not. Yeah, flatten them out. I'm gonna cook them in a bit of stock. I don't know what herbs I fancy putting in there yet. I'll probably put a bit of garlic in there, a bit of onion, and the leeks. Yeah, I'm going to chop the leeks up really, really, really small, cook them in the stock with the chicken on a nice low heat so the chicken is nice and soft. And then strain the sauce for smooth. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to see where this takes me. I'm going to try. If anyone hasn't got a frying pan like this, then invest in one, because they are incredible. This one's a Tefal one, and we use this so much for so many different things as well. Yeah, get one of those. Chicken stock, and we always use the no stock pots, because I just find they're a lot nicer than the cubes. I'm just going to go with like 300 ml of stock at the minute. I don't want to use the mushrooms. But David loves them, so there we are. What else? I want more veg. Half a red cabbage. Excellent. I want a bit more colour because, I don't know, I just love veg anyway. So, I'm going to quickly put a bit of cabbage ready because I want to use this bowl for raw chicken, and I just want to get all my stuff chopped first. Next, I'm just going to prep the onions, garlic, leeks. I don't know what flavour to put through it. I don't need an awful lot because those things on their own are really nice, and the celeriac doesn't want to be overpowered by anything else really. So I think I'm going to stick with garlic and onion. I know where I stand with garlic and onion. We have a couple of shallots, a giant shallot, weirdly, and a tiny one. So I think that's going to be enough. I'm just going to chuck them in. I also find shallots don't make me cry as much as other onions. I'll jinx myself now and I'll be crying, but I struggle really badly to the point where when I would chop onions, I'd wear goggles. Can't deal with it. Has anyone else got any other tips if you have? Let me know. So I'm going to use both leeks. I love leek, absolutely love it, and I think there's nothing nicer in the world than like a creamy chicken and leek sauce. So that's what I want to try and achieve today. Hopefully. Okay, so I've cut the leeks in half. I got one giant one, one really fat one really skinny one. So the veg is having a competition, I think. Okay, so what I'm going to do is pop the stock in the pan. I need way more stock than that. I'm going to need about 400 to 500 millilitres of stock, I think. It stopped, so I'm going to start again. Okay, so we've established that I didn't use enough stock the first time, so I've got another stock pot. I'm just going to do 400 millilitres. I'm not very good with volumes in my head, so this could be a disaster. So I'm going to add the extra stock, and I've got 1.5 leeks in here, and one giant shallot, one normal sized shallot. I'm just going to put that in and bring it to the boil actually. So we love garlic, it's one of our favourite flavours, so I'm going to use 3 cloves. Just crush it straight in. Sorry you can't see this, but I can't film the food and myself at the same time. But I'll show you the shot at the end. Trust me, it's pretty boring at the minute. You're not missing out. I'm just going to bring that to the boil because I want that nice and hot, just to make sure the onions and the leeks go nice and soft. While I'm doing that, I will prep the chicken. I absolutely hate touching raw meat. I was a vegetarian for years and years and years, and I'm still not really over the whole touching it when I'm prepping it. And I'm really fussy with all the bits on it, and David never chops these bits off, but I know when they're there. And it never goes to waste in our house anyway, because the dogs will eat whatever is left over. Right, so as I said earlier, we've only got 2 chicken breasts. I don't know why. So, I'm gonna bash them out, and I don't know how to do that. Okay, so no cling film, and we haven't got a wacky thing. What should I use? Brain, work. I might just whack it and use the mushroom cellophane. Ugh, they come in handy for something, eh? Right, so I've taken the plastic off the mushrooms because I haven't got any cling film, but ideally put cling film over your chicken. And I'm just going to give it a good whack with the pestle. I want to say it's the pestle from the pestle and water. Okay, I'm just going to whack it out. Oh my god. Well, I mean, it's kind of working. It's working. I really don't want to touch it. So that's what's happened to my chicken instead. Makes it nice and big, and I'm just going to pop that straight in the sauce and turn the heat down low as I can. There's another one, straight in the sauce, and luckily, because I've beaten it out now, there's 2 small bits here, so I'm just going to give them a quick little whack. There we are. And that's how to make chicken last a bit longer. So, obviously now I've got raw chicken in with the stock, in with the leeks, and in with the shallots and garlic. I'm just going to put a lid on that now, just to keep like all the moisture in really, even though there's loads of sauce in there. But that's going to be the best way to cook that through now. Hello!
Are you still filming?
Yeah.
You can go in now, is it?
Yeah.
Hi! What are we having?
We'll go away.
Okay.
Okay, so the celeriac and the potatoes are now done. So I'm going to take them off. Oh, they're lovely. Okay, so while the chicken is cooking away, the potatoes and the celeriac are done. So I'm just going to start mashing, well, season with pepper, always, and mash. Okay, so as you can see here, it's probably going to be quite hard to focus. It looks like swede, it's got the texture of it, and it's still really, really juicy. It hasn't gone dry like a potato normally would, even though there's a couple chucked in. So what I want to do here now is whisk it to make sure it goes lovely and smooth. That's beautiful, it doesn't need any butter, it doesn't need any milk, it's just beautiful the way it is. So I'm just going to leave that to one side, and I'm probably going to have to reheat that in a bit, but that's fine. So I'm going to come back over to the chicken, bubbling away lovely, it smells delightful, and I'm going to give it a little turn. And I'm just going to turn the heat back up now, because I'm starving. This is my idea of hell. They do not look appealing to me at all. But, oh, I'm going to fry them off separately and give them to David. Because I don't want that. So instead of frying them off, I don't want to ruin them with like the taste of fry light going into it. So I'm going to take a tiny little bit of the stock that I'm using for everything else, pop it in with it, and just blanch them really. Okay, so the chicken's cooked, so I'm going to remove that from the leeks and the stock. This is what it looks like, because you guys haven't been able to see it. Oh, this isn't going to work. So that's what it looks like. And I'm going to take it off the heat and just take the chicken out for now. And what I'm going to do, which may mess up the whole thing, is strain the stock away from the leek. Okay, so here's my leeks, completely strained from the stock. And I'm just going to place that on top of the chicken. I've got all of this beautiful stock left. I'm going to add it back to the pan. I'm going to add a massive pinch of freshly ground pepper. And then we add some quark. We don't always have quark in the fridge. It's a good thing to have as a just in case. Sorry, that's very loud. So I put 2 big dollops in there. And if you watched the fish pie recipe before, you know that it's best to take the stock off the heat if you're adding the quark, so it doesn't curdle. Just whisk it in so it's nice and smooth. Okay, so it's now turn the stock into this creamy sauce. So I'm going to bung that on a high heat for now. Just try and make it thicken up a little bit more. I'm going to add some more quark. Taking it off the heat completely now. I'll just try and reduce it down a little bit. So altogether, I say I've used about 4 tablespoons. So, that's the verdict.
It's actually really, really, really lovely.
Yeah. And there was you getting awkward ingredients just so I could fail miserably.
The only thing I've added is capers because I love capers. But apart from that, absolutely spot on.
Cool. Alanis, what do you think? Do you like it? I think she does.